All My Sons is a play written by Arthur Miller in 1947, which revolves around the story of two families, the Kellers and the Devers, trying to deal with the consequences of a certain incident. During the incident, which occurs several years prior to the events of the play, Joe, the head of the Keller family, ordered his business partner Steve, who is the head of the Dever family, to ship out 120 cracked cylinder heads to the army. This decision caused the death of 21 pilots, for which Joe and Steve were sent to trial. While Joe managed to escape justice, being exonerated after denying everything in court, Steve was accused of the crime and was sent to jail. In the play, we see Chris, Joe's son, who wants to marry Anne, Steve's daughter, but is met with many setbacks caused by both families. Kate Keller, his mother, objects to the marriage, claiming that Anne is Larry's girl, Larry being Chris's older brother who has been missing for 3 years. At the end of the play, it is revealed that Joe was responsible for the shipping of the cracked cylinder head, and also for a letter left behind by Larry, that his actions drove Larry to commit suicide. In his inability to cope with his guilt, Joe commits suicide as well. Throughout the play, many characters are shown to possess certain ideals and views which are deeply rooted in American society. One of those ideals is individualism. Individualism is an ideology which emphasizes the worth of an individual and promotes the exercise of one's goals and desires, and values such as independence and self-reliance. Those who live in individualism also believe that the interests of an individual take precedence over the interests of society. The clash of interests is manifested in the play in Jim Bayless's past. Jim is a doctor, as well as the Keller's neighbor. During the third act, Jim tells Kate about the time he left his wife for 2 months and went to New Orleans to conduct research on a certain disease. Jim claims it was the most beautiful time in his life, but after 2 months, his wife came to see him. She asked him to come back with her, and so he did, afterwards describing it as going back to his usual darkness. In this instance, Jim's individual desires, which represent the ideal of individualism, clashed with the interests of his family and his wife, since he wanted to become a scientist, as opposed to his wife, who demanded he should become a doctor, since it pays better. Another value that is shown in the play is the right of mobility. Mobility is the ability to move from one place to another. In America, mobility is seen as a way to solve problems. Many Americans choose to cope with the problems by moving to a different stage and making a fresh start. Mobility is manifested in the play in Chris's suggestion of a solution to Kate opposing to him marrying Anne. In the first act, Chris tells Joe that if Kate doesn't approve the marriage, he will leave the family house and go live elsewhere, in a place where Kate won't interrupt the marriage. Another instance where this ideal is manifested in the play is when Joe implies that the Devers moved out of the block to New York after Steve was put in jail, which shows they tried to make a fresh start in a different state. The ideal claimed by many to be the most prominent American ideal in the play is the American Dream. The American Dream is a set of ideals pursued by many Americans even to this day. These ideals are democracy, rights, liberty, opportunity, and equality. According to the American Dream, anything is achievable through hard work, including happiness and progress in one's socioeconomic status. In the play, Joe misinterprets the American Dream, believing the only way to ensure the family's happiness and prosperity is by working hard at the family business and putting it above all other matters, even at the expense of other people's lives. This view is brought into the play when Chris tells Joe that he will leave the family business if he doesn't help him gain Mother's support of his marriage to Anne, and Joe answers that he will support it, but only if Chris keeps on working hard in the family business. Throughout the play, it is shown that Joe's belief in the American dream is the cause of many problems. The criticism of the American dream was one reason why Alfred Miller, the writer of the play, was accused of being anti-American and a communist.